Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHEM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHEM, RAKAKWADASH, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and shalom to my Akim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, okay, I have to say, because this is going to be a bit of a rant at the beginning. Not really, but I just have a major grievance that I really want to get. And the stuff is that what Elder Apostle Tahar said, he was absolutely 1000% right when he said, do not get with the black women, the so-called black woman. All right. And I have to say, I 100% agree with him. You know, I always thought, oh yeah, you can get a so-called black woman, you can get any woman, it doesn't matter, as long as she's, you know, in the truth, all that stuff like that, all as long as she's sincere, blah blah blah. But you know, for me, I just have to say, no matter what, it doesn't matter what you look like. Maybe if you look like an Edomite and you are, but you are actually a brother, maybe all things will work out like that. But even still, I cannot say with full sincerity that if you are a brother in this truth, no matter what you look like, whether you look like a so-called Chinese man, a so-called Edomite man, a so-called Ishmaelite, all I can say is that if you are a brother in this truth, do not, and I repeat, do not get with these so-called black women. All right, it is too much headache, and they are constantly going. Well, one big thing is this whole penis envy thing. This penis envy stuff is such a big issue with Eve, where she is constantly, not Eve, Slakia, the so-called black woman specifically, okay? They always have some sort of issue where they feel the need to prove themselves or act like, oh yeah, I can do whatever a man can do and all that stuff. It's like that whole masculine energy thing. And again, it is not like the way, like they are, and they wonder why. Sucker, they wonder why they are the least protected social group out of, ethnic group of women out of all the ethnicities of women. All right, they are literally the least protected because they don't let people protect them. They don't freaking sit down and shut up and be feminine. They just keep on trying to exert some masculinity. But I will say, I wholeheartedly blame Esau Edom for that, because Esau's the one that is pushing that feminist stuff primarily on our women. All right, because the white women, all right, and that's the thing. I don't want an Edomite woman, but I would rather marry an Edomite woman, all right, because there are some benefits to that, even though the Edomite woman is a devil, okay, but there are some benefits to it. But I would rather marry an Edomite woman than the so-called nigger woman, because the so-called black woman just comes with too much headache, too much problems, too much penis envy, too much masculine energy, too much wanting to challenge authority and saying, oh yeah, I'm difficult, you have to be strong to do. No, I do not need that shit in my life. I already have to deal with all these other these mental problems that are already fucking up my own life. So why would I want that the woman is supposed to be a comfort? Okay, let me see. A good. Where the frick is that? Is this it? But basically, basically, Slacky, I can't think of the precept of it, but basically, a woman's supposed to be a comfort, or what's that term called? She's supposed to be a rest. She's supposed to be your rest. She's supposed to make you feel at home, make you say, okay, oh, you need this, you need that, can I help you with this, can I help you with that, and all this stuff. But yet all that stuff is gone out the window for freaking feminism. All right, this is why I cannot, I absolutely cannot in good conscience tell any brother to get with any type of so-called black woman. Like, it's not for us brothers. It's not for us, more specifically. And when I say us, I don't mean so-called black men, I don't mean so-called Hispanic men, I don't mean so-called Native Americans, I don't mean Israelites. I mean specifically Israelite brothers in the truth. Those so-called black women are not for us Israelite brethren, okay, that follow after YAHAWAH and MANASHAH. That is who that's who she's not, the so-called black woman is not for. You can go get so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American, whatnot, but not the so-called black woman. All right, like I think Saki. So basically, it's just again, like I don't. Me personally, if you have any sort of semblance, or if you are in this truth, I don't recommend. I don't recommend getting an Edomite woman. But if you want to get an Edomite woman, sure. If you like, because some brothers like Edomite women, some brothers like black women, so-called black women. All right. So sure, go ahead and get a thing, but absolutely do not marry any of these women. Now there are, and when I say marry, I mean in the sense of like living together. All right, because yes, you might want to live with a woman that you are dealing with, but don't like claim her. If you kind of like know what I mean, in the sense of like it's just like dealing with, like, you know, just for recreational purposes and whatnot. Because I know brothers sometimes burn their lust and stuff like that. So, you know, if you want to do that with a so-called black woman because you have attraction to that, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But in terms of like marriage and living together with her, like absolutely, I highly recommend you don't do that. All right, it's too much. It's too much headache, and I cannot. Slaki, okay. And the thing is that for me, the reason why I'm doing this, because I've not been with no so-called black woman. All right, and you know that's just been me. That's just been my thing. All right, more so, I've always been attracted to so-called white women. That's fine. Okay, some brothers, Slaki, so some brothers have their women that they are attracted to, and you know that is okay. All right, because the thing is that we all are different. We're all not the same. Okay, we're not carbon copies of one another. So some brothers like so-called black women, some brothers like Indian, whatever. You basically get the point. All right, but the main point is that in terms of like longevity and thinking about your health and safety and stuff like that, like you. Obviously, an Edomite woman is also not ideal, but again, like it is more it's more favorable for you to get with an Edomite woman than to get with a so-called black woman. All right, and I have to just be honest with this. Okay, I can't lie. I can't just say, oh well, just because there's so-called black women, I have to defend them. I have to, you know, support them and whatnot. No, we're not doing this. We're being honest here. All right. And the thing is that a lot of these so-called black women are not even in the truth like that. All right. they might pretend and say, oh yeah, I support this, I do this, oh yeah, I'm a child of Yah and all that stuff. Well, honestly, like, the number one, the fact that they say that they are a child of Yah, that goes to prove that they are not in the truth. All right. So now let me get these things. Slocky for that rant. Let's get this thing. Okay. The precepts, Slocky. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right. So, yeah, because people don't see the judgment in how Esau lives his life, because they don't see the immediate judgment for, oh, feminism and stuff like that, then they think, okay, well, feminism is the way to go. Esau is supporting that type of lifestyle. So obviously I want to do this. So, and this is the thing, because the Lord isn't judging these people for their wickedness immediately, instantaneously, then that's where they have things messed up, and they think that this type of evil lifestyle of bringing Israelite men down, or the so-called black men down, is the way to go. They think that that's the way to go. All right. Now, for you brothers that are in a relationship, or even Saki, that's another thing. Even your daughters, you have to watch out for your daughters as well, Slakia. So because I already talked about that on the previous video, but yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, because they don't see anything, they only see things to gain from keeping the so-called black man down. All right, that's when they just keep on doing that. They say there's no judgment from YAHAWAH yet. All right, so then they say, okay, well, let's keep on doing this. Let's keep on siding with Esau. Let's keep on saying how, oh, the so-called black man is low down, dirty, whatever. All right. So continuing on, Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12, there is a way which seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And this is the thing. This might seem like a nice thing. This might seem like it is lucrative, or it's going to improve their situation. But in actuality, later on down the line, you're going to see the judgment from Yahawadah, as we can see in this. Now, as we can see in this, Sirach chapter 9 verse 11, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. All right, so you don't know the end of how these demons are gonna, or how the Lord's gonna deal them at the end of their lives and stuff like that, or the judgment that's gonna come for them living these terrible lifestyles. So you don't want to copy them, and you should not be copying them, because the Lord does judge. The judgment of the Lord is absolute. It's going to come. It is on its way. Okay, people, and that's the thing. People think that because the Lord's not judging speedily, he's long suffering. He's letting all these things pile up so that you will feel the full force of all your wickedness all at once. All right, that's why he's letting you live it up. In Luke chapter 6 verse 24. Okay, woe to you unto you that are rich. Okay, let me see. Let me get this first. I want to get these. I'm gonna get into these, but first, damn, these are good precepts. I'm glad I had all these down. Okay, I'm gonna bring that out soon. Oh yeah, but this is just basically the same thing, so whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, basically you see these people that say, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing. Oh yeah, the Lord. Slack. Okay, there. So 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, and not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Okay, so the Lord is not slack in terms of his promises of the blessings as well as the judgment. So all the wickedness, like say for example, like the Adam and Eve, okay, where they ate the fruit, and then he said that they shall surely die. Okay, they are going to die. They did die. They might not have died immediately, but they did in fact die. Whereas if they had not eaten the thing, they weren't going to die. All right. Let's see. Whatever, it's fine for now. So yeah, basically with that, as I said before, it is an accumulation. Like it's like say for example, let's say you steal one time, okay, and then someone lets you go free for it. Okay, you get away with it. Okay, then they put one bullet in the gun's chamber. Okay, then you go and do it again, and you get away with it again. That's another bullet in the chamber. Okay, so then you do that 10 times, and you continue to get away. Okay, and then finally the judgment or the executioner comes and finds you specifically, and then dumps all 10 bullets into you, okay, as judgment for you constantly stealing. That's basically how the Lord is going to do, where all the judgment is going to come all at once, okay, all at once in terms of destroying people and casting out his judgment. But he's giving people a chance, okay, as it says in 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9. He's giving people a chance. He's long suffering to allow people, okay, you know what, there are lots of people that are doing wrong, but there's an opportunity. This is a time frame, the grace period of, okay, you know what, someone might say, hey, I've been stealing, I stole 7 times. You know what, I'm sorry for those 7 times I stole. Let me give it back. Let me repent. Let me try to fix things. Let me try to adjust things. Let me seek mercy from YAHAWAH and MANASHAH. Now, to a degree, say for example, if you stole 7 times, okay, you might have already gotten those 7 bullets, okay. Like say for example, you stole 2 times, okay. No, you stole 5. You stole 7 times, okay. So basically, what the Lord is doing is, okay, well, He's putting those bullets in you throughout the time until YAHAWASHI returns. So the Lord put, okay, here's 1 bullet for you first repenting, okay. So you first repented, and then okay, so I got my first bullet, okay, fine. Now I have 6 more to pay for, and then as time goes on, he's this bullet, another bullet, and that's basically the thing in terms of like let me get that to actually prove it first. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1, Slakia. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last day. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So yes, this is what we have to look forward to. Coming after repenting and coming to the truth. So basically what we're going through is going through singular bullets, like 1 bullet at a time, maybe 2 bullets at a time, maybe even 3, okay, metaphorically, and where we have to go through certain hardships for the wickedness that we did, either prior, okay, or prior in terms of our lives before we repented, or in previous life iterations, as in / regeneration. Okay, so yeah, these are the things that we are doing, where we are constantly trying to seek the mercy of YAHAWAH and have him, not want to completely destroy us. All right, so going back into the thing, you have these so-called black women that have just full force nosedived into wickedness and into Edomite life. And that's the thing, where I have my own family members, because I'm a so-called black man, okay, or what the world would call me, identify me as a so-called black man, and I have so-called black family members, okay. And the thing is, all the so-called black women in my life, okay, they are just too fixated on the world. And the thing is that I just can't really do anything, because it's just like you try to help them. And again, Slocky, I'm trying my best to watch the things I'm saying, but it's you try to show someone, hey, it's not the way to do it. But the black woman just does not want to. The so-called black woman does not. The nigga woman does not want to listen. It doesn't matter if that is your mother, your sister, your daughter, okay, a friend, whatever, okay, whatever. It literally doesn't matter. As long as it's a so-called black woman, she will continue to do that wickedness. She will continue to do whatever bullshit that she wants. She does not care about. She does not care about the thing, because she wants. The so-called black woman is just like Esau. She's taken after Esau in terms of wanting results now. She wants it immediately. She doesn't want to sit patiently and wait for the deliverance. And the things that I see all that stuff, because I want stuff to happen immediately. I don't want to have to wait. I hate waiting, but I'm not gonna challenge the Lord. All right, I'm not stupid. All right, and the thing about this is that you force yourself. Okay, this is me speaking as a man. I force myself to just Yahawashi, please give me this. Please give me this car or whatever I really need. Blah blah blah. And sometimes you even know that, okay, what, maybe a car is not expedient. Okay, but yet you try your best to force yourself to say, shut up, stop asking for that, or you know it's not the right thing. You know it's not the right thing right now. You know that's not right. You know you can't get there right now. But the thing, and it's like, or maybe not even that, or maybe you have somebody telling you it's not good to get that type of car. Because you might say, okay, I want to get a Ferrari and whatnot, but that's not expedient. That's not right. Say for example, the parts aren't. The proper parts aren't there. I'm not a car person, but basically, they say the parts aren't there. So if the car breaks down, you won't be able to get it. You have to order it or whatever and stuff like that. Like, but the Ferrari has always been the car has always been your dream car that you wanted. All right, but it's not expedient. It's not good, and that's the thing for me. Where there's something that I want. Okay. I'll just say the car thing. Metaphorically, I want the Ferrari. I want the Ferrari to be able to drive and enjoy my little thing, but it's not expedient for me right now. Okay, and I acknowledge that, but yeah, I still pray and wait and say, Yahawadah in through your will, as Yahawadah said, through your will, when it's the right time. Even though I want it to be the right time now, but when you decide that it is the right time. All right. When you decide it's the right time, please bless me with X, Y, and Z. When things are better, when things improve, when things are the things. The thing is, Slovakia, and I said this before. I'm starting to feel like. Hold on, let me get this first. This is more important. Okay, let me see. Because it was when Yahawadah was Um, um, Matthew chapter 26. 36. Okay, here it is. It's Matthew 26, verse. Okay, here, verse 39. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. No wonder I couldn't find it. So, Yahawashi asked Yahawah, Bashim Yahawashi, okay, if it be possible, because that was an example of something that Yahawashi wanted. He wanted something. He wanted to not have to be crucified. He wanted to not have to go through that death. All right, and he asked if it be your will. Key words: your will, your will. Watch out for those words. Thou will, the will of Yahawah, Yahawah's will. It doesn't matter my will. It doesn't matter Yahawashi's will. It matters Yahawah's will. Okay, it says. And that's the thing you really have to think. And this is the thing. All right, the so-called black women cannot, keyword, cannot. All right, she cannot freaking acknowledge or let somebody else's will be prioritized above hers. So if she really wants something, she will say, give me this now. She will have that audacity even to Yahawadah, even though you have so many so-called black women that will talk all the shit saying, oh, I'm a believer in God, I'm a believer in this, blah, 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 Jesus, blah, blah, blah. Like, they are fake. That's fake. Fake. All right? Shit is fake. That shit is fake. I'm telling you. All right? Because above all, when you were supposed to be able to sacrifice. Do you even know what a fucking sacrifice is? You have to be able to give up what you want. Okay? Because even though, and I talked about this before, I said, you know, a brother had a dream where when he was leaving, okay, and I said that was basically me as well, all right, because when they were leaving, in the dream, he was trying his best to try to get his PS5 to take it with him, all right. And I felt the same way. I have a very great love for my PS5. That's actually probably one of the top 5 material things that I have, that I love. Top 5. I'm telling you right now. But at the same time, all right, if the Lord told me, hey, Kawaka, destroy that PS5 just to come into the kingdom of heaven, you know what? I would do that. I would do that without hesitation. I'm telling you right now. If the Lord told me to destroy my PS5, okay, just pick it up, bang it on the thing, use a sledgehammer, stomp on it, on all that shit, I would do that without hesitation, because at the end of the day, we have to have love for our Heavenly Father, Yahawah, our Heavenly Brother, our Lord, Yahawashi, our friend, as he called us, all right? All right. So even though, yes, we might want stuff, yes, we are going through some tough times, it does not fucking matter. Be able to give up, be able to sacrifice. All right. You have to actually think of Slakia, and this is some homework I'm going to assign to you. Think of the most important thing, be it your woman, your child, your PS5, your car, your shoes, your clothes, your designer, whatever. All right. Think of all that shit, okay, whatever thing that's so important to you. Are you capable of destroying it if the Lord told you to do it? Are you capable of leaving it behind if the Lord said to? All right, because I think, no, not I think, I'm telling you right now, if the answer is no, then that probably means that you're going to take the MOTB. All right, and I'm telling you this. All right, I'm telling you this right now. This is a major warning for not just the so-called black women, but all you men as well. If you aren't able to sacrifice and toss away your beloved possessions, all right, whatever they may be, okay, then you're not ready for YAHAWASHI, and you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that up. All right, this is a priority homework. And I'm not saying destroy your PS5, destroy your Wii collection, destroy your whatever. Okay, I'm just telling you that you have to actually think about it and actually be able to let this stuff go, because women are materialistic creatures, whereas men, okay, while they can be materialistic, they are more so worried about the concept of power, which is not tangible. All right, they're more so on a carnal level. They're more so worried about power. All right, so even then, you still have men that aren't as materialistic, even in the world. All right, or even that are not followers of YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI or YAHAWASHI. All right, so yeah, this is some important stuff that we all need to be aware of. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 14, that we henceforward be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Okay, women are the primary deceivers. All right, let me get this. I think it's this. No, it's this. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 2. First Timothy chapter 2 verse 14, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived, being in transgression. Okay, the woman is the one that's primarily the deceiver for these different doctrines and stuff like that. Okay, all these different YouTube channels that teach about whatever. All right, these women are the primary things, and you have these men that make it so appealing to women, so that they are easily susceptible, they're easily enticed. All right, like the black woman is God. Okay, how many black women have you know have that has said that at least once in their life? All right, talking about young Pharaoh and all that shit. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 28, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not one man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. So there's a sample size of 1,000 men, and out of 1,000 men, there's gonna be one righteous man. Okay, but out of hold on, verse 27, behold, have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one. Verse 29, Slakia, lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Okay, so yes, only one man out of 1,000 men will actually be an upright man or a good man, whereas comparatively, if you look through 1,000 women, you're not going to find a righteous woman. All right, women are inherently easier to manipulate, as the scriptures say. Let me get this. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7, likewise ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, as being heirs together of the grace of life, and that your prayers be not hindered. Okay, so once again, this is how it goes. Like, the woman is the weaker vessel. All right, they are susceptible to manipulation and to enticement of doctrine. All right, so I'm not making this stuff up. All right, like it's just, this is how the Lord set things up to be. And one of the biggest things that how Esau gives this whole feminism stuff in order to lead the woman astray, to be against her men, the so-called black man. Okay, even then, like, even the so-called black men oftentimes, hold on, there was this one Edomite woman that was recording herself talking to her child, her little girl, saying that if you get lost, little white girl, Edomite girl, all right, what are you supposed to do? And the little white Edomite girl said, go look for the biggest black man to help me out. Okay, so even the Edomite women know that, even regardless of if she was married to a so-called white man or not, she knows that the best chance for her to get some respite is the so-called black man. All right, because or more specifically the Israelite man, because even then, it's probably a little bit harder, because maybe for kids, whatever. I'm not going to go into that, but you get the picture, okay? Where it's the Israelite man that is more susceptible to being righteous. I'm not saying that there's not wicked Israelites, but you get the point where we are basically a representation of how Yahawashi is going to be the proper ruler when he comes to deliver us. All right, and I read this. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 9. Once again, it's going back to what I was talking about. 1 Corinthians 7 verse 9. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. Okay, so this is just in reference to, sometimes men have their sexual urges and they need a woman, and obviously that's what a wife is for. That's why you get married. But the thing is, it is better that as a matter of fact, let me read it in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 7. For I would that all men were as I myself, but every man hath his proper gift of Yahweh, one after this manner and another after that. So basically he's saying he wishes that all men would just stay alone, not be married. But of course, because not all men are the same, okay, and he acknowledges that, because not all men are the same, and some of them have their lust problems. All right, we have the issues. We have the issues of burning in lust. Okay, it's just better that we get married if you cannot contain it. All right. So yeah, that's where we're at. Where yes, there are going to be times where we need a so-called woman, but again, if you need a so-called woman, if you need to get married, I am telling you, in support of what Elder Apostle Tahar had said, do not go for a so-called black woman. I'm warning you. And if you do it, then that's on you. Okay? You better deal with that shit. All right? Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. And I'm not editing this, by the way. This is going to be full, unhinged, the truth. All right? Since when do we hold? Well, obviously we hold back so we don't get these videos taken down. But still, I'm telling you, I don't give a damn that so-called black woman is listening or not. And this is just my duty in order to warn our people. Okay. But yes, women and children are our oppressors as so-called Israelite men. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 13. And consider the work of Yahweh, for who can make that straight which he may have made crooked. And that's the thing, like, we can't correct what the Lord did. The Lord made these demons to terrorize us, and that's just our judgment. So with that, I think that's really it. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Abba, and Shalom.